Good morning, beautiful people. This is Elisa Inez, and I think I will just talk. This is the first time I've ever did a video where I just talk to you, kind of tell you what's going on with me and my Jeep life here in California. I'm excited to take this class with Stephanie and all the beautiful ladies. This has just been a great experience. I didn't really come to terms as to what type of video, response video, I wanted to make. So I thought I would just do a video of gratitude and just say thank you to all the girls and to definitely to Stephanie for having patience with my journey with starting a successful YouTube channel. Now, my topic is how to have peace with credit. And this is from personal experience more so than um, having any type of special knowledge about how to use credit and guiding someone else into establishing credit. I'm just generally speaking of my experience. Now, usually I always say cash is king in my world because I've realized that for me, cash works best. It helps me to budget, it helps me to stay focused, and I also am able to save a little bit better when I just use cash. When I use credit, sometimes I'll add a little extra something when if I had just used cash, I would not have added anything. I would have stuck to the plan just merely because it's cash. So after viewing the Credit Coach Q's video about the utilization and ways to kind of hide that utilization, it kind of reminded me of things that I already knew, but I don't necessarily practice. And one of those uh, points that Credit Coach Q had mentioned was paying before the billing cycle ends. And by doing so, your utilization is then lowered by the time that they print your statement. And that makes a world of a difference because 30% is what they're expecting you to stay around your credit limits availability. And quite often you think, well, I'm paying it all in full each month. Why should it matter? But apparently it does. And that's something I had to learn along the way. So after my 6-month review, I was pleasantly surprised to receive credit line increases, like 3 times what my original credit was. And this was through my Discovery card, Discovery. So I highly recommend if you're just starting out with credit or you're rebuilding credit, I would go with my Discover card. And they have excellent service. They have a lot of benefits that come along with having their credit card. And one of those benefits is that they will search the dark web for your information and also proceed to remove it. And they'll notify you of a list of all of the websites and places that they were able to find your information and that it was successfully removed. So, as far as the utilization, I would suggest that you only use what you can afford, knowing that regardless at the end of whatever billing cycle, you'll be able to pay that amount before they actually send that statement out. So you want to pay before the billing date. And although you could pay by the due date, that's just as great too because you want to have 100% payment cycle, payment record. So that's one thing that I did have was 100% payments, meaning you never missed a payment. Even if it's just the minimum, you always want to make that payment. Even if you can't afford to pay the balance in full, always make that minimum payment by the due date. But today specifically, I'm speaking about utilization. Utilization has to do with, say you have a credit amount and you choose to spend, let's say $1,000. You have $1,000 credit limit and you choose to spend, say, 600 or 800 of it, and you're trying to keep it down to 30%. Well, if you're able to pay that extra before the billing cycle, then you won't be dinged for utilization because it will show that you're under your 30%. If anything, it may show that you didn't use it or that you leave a little bit on there, say $20, $50, or what have you, but the utilization will show that it's low, and you'll be able to keep it within that range as long as you pay it before the billing cycle. And I usually pay the balance just because I don't want to carry balance, because when an emergency happens, I want to be able to have that option. And I also set up auto pay. Auto pay is very important because things do happen. Sometimes you get sidetracked and you can't always keep up if you have more than one credit card of the due dates. But if you set it on a schedule, you don't have to worry about it. It automatically is withdrawn and paid by the due date. So this is just a brief chat. I could go on about this, but I wanted to at least meet this assignment, and I wanted to at least say hello to the ladies without the actual mask on. And hopefully we'll be able to all keep in touch and make some more videos together. I had a wonderful time with you ladies. Like I said before, I wish it was just longer because there's just so much that I can learn from each of you. But most of all, I want to thank Stephanie, which was a great class. This was a great time together. And I know this isn't quite the type of video I wanted to make, but I wanted to make something to say thank you to all of you young ladies, beautiful young ladies. They have a lot to give and a lot to offer, and a lot that people can learn from your experiences and the information that you're giving. So I enjoyed each video, and I just want to say thank you. I hope this is beneficial for someone, and I hope to see you all in the future. Have a great day. I'm trying to get used to this stuff.